Hello, hello, welcome back to the second part. We are going to make leaves so that we can attach our little frames to that we made on the first part. So for the leaves, I have a piece of paper and we are going to cut it at 7 by 7, I guess. So let's try that measurement out and we'll see if that works. So I have my cutting board out and we'll cut this piece of paper at 7 by 7 and then we will put it right in the middle, and let me see if you guys can see that. We're going to essentially find our two corners and we're going to cut it right in half. So wherever our two corners meet, or wherever our edge is on the cutting, what do you call it? The little string where it shows you where you're going to cut. That's where you're going to cut right in the middle of your paper. And I don't think it matters because mine is a checker pattern. I'm not sure if you have a pattern paper, if the direction matters. We'll find out. So anyway, so now that we have this piece right here, that's all we're gonna need. We're just gonna need that one piece. We're gonna need our scoring board. So put that here, and for this part, we're going to put the long way side, the one that we just cut, along the edge of our scoring board. And we get our stylus or whatever you use to score, and we're going to score, let's do every 1/4 inch. So we'll start at a 1/4 inch, make sure it's up against, that's not up against the edge there, and we'll score it at 1/4 inch. And let me twin it this way, it's easier for me, sorry guys. But so we're just gonna keep going 1/4 inch all the way down, and that just means every other line, if you don't want to have to start from the top. That means we skip a line and it's the next line over. Alright, then we can put it up against the top here, and we're going to try to find the halfway point. This is about 9 and 7 or 9 and what is that, 7/8. Yeah, 9 and 7/8. So the halfway point, I'm going to move this just a little bit over to get it right here on the line. And this is going to be, let's see if I can follow that line up. It's roughly about 5. So 5 is your halfway point. And we just scored that in half. Then all that we have left to do is to fold these back and forth. So we'll start folding it, folding the bottom one, and then I'm just going to keep flipping it back and forth to crease it. And we're going to do all this all along those lines all the way to the top. And I'm not using my bone folder to crease the lines or anything. I think that the amount of pressure I put on it with my fingers is enough, because we do want it to spread out. So but I mean, if you want your lines to be super nice and crisp, you can use your bone folder. I don't think it's necessary. I do want my lines to be kind of loose. And I guess if you want your leaf to be thicker, you can, instead of every 1/4 inch, you can score it every 1/2 inch, or 3/8 of an inch, however you want to do it. That's how you can do it, and you can do whatever size too. Just make sure it's a square. So if you want to do your square, I don't know, 6 by 6, then you just cut it along the middle. If you want your square to be 8 by 8, obviously the smaller you go, the smaller your leaf. The bigger you go, the bigger your leaf will be. All right, so once that we have our leaf already, you know, like an accordion, we're gonna grab it, and in the middle we're just going to pinch it and pull it up, trying to keep it as close to the middle as we can. And we can fan it out afterwards, but let's see, there we go. And for this, you're gonna need your hot glue gun. We're gonna hot glue the center part. So let's add, actually, if you want to ink your edges, you can do that now. It would probably be easier to ink the outside. I don't think I'm going to, because mine seems, no, let me do it over here. Over here it already has the brown line, but on this other side, I guess I could add a little bit of, no, that's not. Yeah, I think this one would be, oops, sorry. Vintage photo is what I'm using, and this paper right here, I believe it's Magical Forest, and I'm not sure if that's Maggie Holmes. It might be Maggie Holmes. So I'm just going to open it up a little bit to get in those creases. If you want to, you can, if you want to like add more emphasis to the lines, you can ink those up a little bit more, and it'll give you a little bit more depth where those lines are. I guess in the middle you can add a little bit more if you wanted to, down, and it'll show up down here, but I think that's good for me. All right, now now that I have mine inked up, we gather it, and I'm going to now touch my glue again. This one already dried. And I'm going to try to attach it so you can turn it around and pinch it from the back side. I'm not too concerned about this gap down here because we are going to cover it. So there's our leaf. Now I am going to attach this part down here. All right, now our leaf is done. It was really easy and quick. I need to bring this up a little bit so you guys can see. I feel like I'm crafting up here. Now we just choose which one we want to put here, and I think I like the brown with this one, because I do have another little acorn, that we can attach up here, or actually we can continue it back here. Yeah, I like that. Let me get some foam so that we can attach. There we go. Okay, so this is just 5mm foam that I used. This is from the acorn die that I cut out, and I just saved it. So we'll add that to the back here, and we'll attach it to the side here. Now this guy we can add some, where's my little foam? Here they are. These little foam dots, or foam squares, and we'll attach 2 of these. One on the bottom and one closer to the top. We can also add more stuff to the back if you want. You can add, I don't know, a bow or something under here. Add some pumpkins. I don't know, you can add whatever you want if it's not decorated enough for you. You could add like a little gold chain. You can add 2 eyelets or something. I mean, I don't know, you could do so much. Just decide what you want to do. Right there. So there's that one, and let's do one more since they're really easy and fast to make. Let's see, I have this paper right here. So this one has flowers. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because we'll see, but some of them are upside down, some of them are even sideways. Let's see what that looks like though. That way we can see if the design matters or not. So let's, and we said this is going to be cut at 7 by 7. Okay. Oh, forgot to cut it in half. So remember, we line up the 2 edges to the 2 little corners where we're going to cut it, and then we just cut right in the middle. We're going to get our scoring board and cut it, or score it along the, I wonder if we should try, let's try every 3/8 and see how that looks. So we'll go 3/8. Obviously our, that's going to make our grooves a lot deeper. So 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops, I don't think that was 3. Then 1, 2, 3. Right. Now we're going to fold it. All right, this one I did not get the middle, but it's okay. I guess if we don't score the middle, we'll still be fine. Yeah, so this one seems to be maybe a little bit smaller. No, they're roughly about the same size. The grooves are just deeper. That's the only difference. So for this one, and let's go ahead and do that with this one. I didn't think about it till now that I'm looking at them side by side. So we're gonna come in behind here, and we're just gonna cut this at an angle so we don't see it. So we're essentially just kind of mitering, I guess. See that? That way we don't see that extra paper in the back popping up. So for this one, let's make it more like an oak leaf. I think that's what it's called. So that means we'll come in and I don't know if I should get a pencil. I'll show you guys. So we'll come in and maybe you know, cut some grooves out, or notches, kind of circled like that. We'll cut one there and another one, I guess they would be over here. Cut some notches out like that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're essentially gonna just following the curves, we're going to cut that out right there. And the same thing on the other side. So wherever this, however deep you want to go, we're gonna try to line these up like that. And we'll just cut that out. Same thing on the other side. And you can go deeper if you want. Obviously, just if you want to omit this step, you can. All right, so we have something that looks kind of like that. If you want to, you can do another one right here, another little notch. You can round these off, which is what I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to round this corner right here so it's not so harsh. And the same thing over here. So I'm just, you see how much I'm taking off? I'm just rounding that corner off. And I do like the peak right there. So, I mean, I don't know if that's I wonder if I should do another one, another little notch, just a small one here. Or should I just leave it? I guess I'll leave it so that we have something, we have more body to our leaf, right? All right, so now we're just going to, if you want to, what do you call it, ink it. Now would be the time. I have this fossilized amber. I don't know if that'll work, but we can try it, right? We'll see if that's even gonna show up. It is a little bit. You could also, you know, do like ink it with browns and oranges, and you know, make it look like a real fall leaf. Now I'm trying to pay attention to the pattern. I don't know if, I don't have a problem with this pattern. But I guess if it had words or something, I don't know if it would matter. It might change the direction of your words, or if the pattern really matters. I guess I wouldn't unless you want to, I wouldn't mess with something that has like a direction. And same thing if you want to add a little bit more color to your creases. I don't know if you can tell. It's a slight different. It's just barely a little bit darker. I guess I could add a little bit of brown if I want to. Let's see, which one do we want to put on this one? Do we want to do this one? Or is that going to get hidden? I guess we could use this one. And it'll bring out a little bit of the green too. This one kind of gets lost because it's almost, the frame is almost the same color. If our leaf was more orange, I think it would work, but so we'll just use this one because that's the one that doesn't contrast it, or contrast it a little bit more. Let's get a little bit of brown. Let's go with this lighter one, the gathered twigs, and see what that looks like. There's only one way to find out, right? Just play with it, and I'm just going to add it in several spots, not everywhere. Let's add some over down here. Let's add a little bit more right here. Obviously, this is up to you. It's your preference, what you want to do, how you want to do it, how much. It would be easier if I put it on the table and did this, but I'm also not wanting to get my table all dirty. Let's see. Okay. And let's see. This has a lot of reds and pinks, but I don't know if I want to add either one of those. I guess more pink, that peachy pink color. I really like that brown on here. Are you even gonna see it though? Not really, unless I put it over here. You can see a little bit more of it. I guess let's add a little bit more brown up here. So we can see it a little bit more. And just going to go over a few of these lines. In the folded position. All right, I think that's good for now. Good enough. All right, so once we have our leaf folded, we're going to glue it. Try to get that. Okay. There we go. All right, we'll glue that in the middle and attach it. And I'm just pinching it from the back side to get that glue attached. Then we get our scissors and cut this off. Now we have our leaf, and you can kind of fan it out as much as you can. I'm going to glue this part down, and I don't know if it's necessary or not, but I'm just going to cut this part off as well, and I'll just glue that down. Alright, so there's that leaf, and now we just attach our little bear. And again, maybe we should have made this one, I don't know, maybe bigger. So I guess it's all about what you want, how you want it to look. I would have probably have cut it either bigger, done my square at 8 by 8, or just kept the scoring at what is it, a 1/4 inch instead of 3/8. Or I should have probably done just 1/2 inch. No, because that's bigger. Yeah, I should have probably have kept it at a 1/4 inch, but it's okay. It's not terrible. Let me get some foam so I can glue this down. And I just have a few extra pieces of foam from projects that I can attach to the bottom of my little frames, or the back side of my frames, and then I can attach these here. For this one, we're going to attach it right there, and there we go. Now if we wanted to, we could add some sequins or you know, jemmies, rhinestones, all that good stuff. You can add sentiments. I don't know what else. I mean, it's up to you what else you want to add, but I think these are done. We'll just stop here, and I'll leave this one like that. But I guess it wouldn't have been too bad if I had attached this one, since we added some of that brown. But anyway, so here are our little Victorian picture frames. They're little fall ones. There's our leaves, 2 different ways to cut them and form them. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye!